You can trust me. I'm the cool policeman. Check out these yo-yo tricks. Did you hear of a band named Fugazi? You look like someone I once strangled in a dream. If you haven't seen one of these streams before, here's a quick overview of what is about to happen. Every month, channel members can suggest games with 200 or fewer reviews on Steam. These games go onto a list, and then we spin a wheel to choose a game to play for 30 minutes, then vote to continue or move on to a new game. At the same time, we play rounds of bingo, where the community has a chance to earn points which are used for a prize draw at the start of each new month. More details are in the description below if you're interested, otherwise kick back, relax, and enjoy whatever weird and or niche games you're about to witness. Anthology of the Killer was submitted by Elarak. They usually have some pretty on-point recommendations, some nice quirky ones. Anthology of the Killer is the complete surrealist horror comedy series, Mysterious World of Zines and Blood. I need someone to explain to me what a zine is, because I've seen that word thrown around, and the closest I know to it is a zune, which I think is something entirely different. Pronounced zine is a mini magazine made by enthusiasts. Gotcha! Like the end of magazine. Well, it should have been spelt Z-E-E-N, but I get why it's zine. You've just removed the mag part, the MAGA. You've taken the MAGA out of the magazines, and you know what? I think that's something that we should all be grateful for. The world needs less MAGA in it. Let's hope that this formats correctly. I picked the wrong resolution. You know what? It's fine. This is just aesthetics. I was 100% not expecting it to look like this. We did it! We won! We beat the game! Yeah, Markov beat the game. Yes! Actually, Markov beat the game. It wasn't a crashed desktop, but we technically finished it. We found an ending. It's the coming thing. Ooh, the young people love it. Okay. Yeah, this nails the surreal feel, but also with the controls, it's all WASD. The mouse is just a pointer on screen. It makes me feel, it's giving the same vibes as like the liminal space Windows screensavers through the mazes. It's just the weird vibes that I'm getting, and with everything being hand drawn yet modeled, it's just oof. Opening night. They say Voice of the Killer is the first one. I kind of thought there'd be more people here. With the Fountain of Blood. Contents. Voice of the Killer. Hands of the Killer. Drool of the Killer. Eyes of the Killer. Flesh of the Killer. Blood of the Killer. Ears of the Killer. Heart of the Killer. Face of the Killer. And then, ding ding ding, bonus rooms. All of the unique art on the wall is just amazing. I'm getting the sense that everything was done in Microsoft Paint. It's got that kind of thick, hand-drawn aesthetic where paint fill kind of bleeds over the lines a little bit. You can walk through objects. Hi, I am the receptionist now. Ah, hello, can I take your order? Why is the floor so shiny? Well, let's go in for Voice of the Killer. 19th person. For slight context, I don't remember if the Steam page said this. This was a series that was released over a few years. This is just a finalized, altogether release. Yeah, it's like it's a compilation, essentially. An anthology. Strange Town series, Voice of the Killer. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the new issue of my zine of strange occurrences. I'm sorry that it's been a while. Please, forgive me. I had to finish my exams. I've also been busy at work due to the events I shall relate. I've been working in the call center of the famous insurance company Life Contracts. Things here have been extremely chaotic, or should I say, agile and flexible. That's right, your correspondent has become a working girl, learning all kinds of exciting corporate lingo. It's so true though. Oh, okay, that is me now. Excellent. I am leaving. Goodbye. The bus is gone. I'm tempted to bail, but won't get paid until I can make it through probation, and I promised I'd have color pictures next issue. I am committed. The company building is next to the sea, which would be nice if it didn't smell like piss. Night and day, the waves make an awful sound, like a vast mouth breathing. This is said to be the result of geology, the baleful science. Forward, 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 urgent, dear BB. I can't see you. Are you still real? Were you ever real? It's 3 AM. I'm alone in the office, but soon the day will start, and I will see you again. Soon. Your call target for today is 100. If you cannot hit it, I will need to have you escorted from my life. Sincerely, Line Manager, Liney. Officially, my job is to cold call people from a list of potential customers, but some days nobody ever gives me the list. Where is the list? Who manufactures the list? I've been trying to figure it out so I won't get fired. Inside, it's always busy and panicked feeling, and nobody wants to talk to me. Sign of a vibrant company culture. I guess everyone wears these sheets in the office as a confidentiality requirement. Mine hasn't arrived yet, although when I gave HR my address, they promised they would visit me soon. HR is not supposed to visit you. 5 leads, far below the call target my supervisor requested. The day's work of managing expectations begins. Call number 1.
What? Who gave you this number? Never call me again!
Policemen roam the back corridors. I wear an intent expression and sip coffee to remain inconspicuous while I'm wandering around. Their motionless faces continue staring out to sea. Hi, buddy. How you doing? I try the door to the dialer room, but it won't open. Am I supposed to be able to get in here? Didn't they say I'd get a key in the mail? Is that hinting that potentially we'll have an inventory of some kind? Complaints. The boxes of complaints seem to absorb the sound around me. I like that the music became more muted to reflect that. That was perfect. I think a lot of people underestimate the impact that music and sound design has on the overall tone of the game, the way it's presented. Employees of the month. There's multiple. Actions. More hand sanitizer. Access to the bay. Route will commence 4 AM to 6 AM. Watch out for blank. I guess I can hold on to this until my real one arrives. There's a crude marker drawing of a key on the surface, but I can't see any name. Alright, that's inventory confirmed. We got a key card. We have an inventory. Oh no. On my way back, I open one of the file cabinets. Rubber bands, staples, documents about nothing I'm familiar with. There's still no one around. Oh, the depth of that sound effect, like the layering, like that is rich, is the only word I can describe it with. What's down this way? Ooh. When I step inside, the lights are dimmed and the murmuring grows louder, more excited. I feel they're talking about me, and I try to walk through faster. I'm just going to drop that down a little, because it looks like it's peaking a bit for you. Yeah! Are you sorry for the things you've done? Of course that happened right as I looked away to change the volume levels. Jeez. When I escape from the bag, I find myself in a crowded sub-office somewhere in the depths of the building. It's filled with policemen using it as a temporary lounge. Nobody's paying much attention to me. I guess it's catch and release for now. Oh, you can trust me. I'm the cool policeman. Check out these yo-yo tricks. Did you hear of a band named Fugazi? You look like someone I once strangled in a dream. Does something smell like blood in here, or is it just me? Ignore that. I'm quirky, but I get the job done. Someone behind a desk is enjoying his own voice while pretending to talk to me. I carefully deflect all queries. Rule number 1 of making a zine is never talk to the police. There's a lot of missing posters in the background. And there we go. That is definitely the thumbnail for this video. Wow, I can't believe it's Cool Policeman. He has the top clearance rate in the whole city since none of the bodies are ever found. Do you think I could get an autograph? Yeah, not suspicious at all. The police definitely seem to be doing their job, or doing a job at the very least. Is that a corpse on a bed? I think that's a corpse on a bed. I'm sure it's fine. Nothing to worry about. The second dialer is next to the ocean again. Outside, it's darker than before. The low chatter of voices sounds just like the sea. Suddenly, I feel relaxed, as though I'm where I need to be. This game is so surreal. I find a desk that's not mine, but that waits for me. The call scripts are written out phonetically. After a while, I stop trying to work out what they really mean and lose myself in the rhythm of my own voice. Say A-S-O, say me res, et e may I. Oh, that night I had a dream that felt like waking from a dream. Clumps of hair were growing out of the sand. I tried pulling them and found only more hair. My co-workers were calling me further down the beach. Okay, down the beach we go. This is uncomfortable. Oh, hello. In the distance, a large tongue moved forward from the ocean, and it waved to us. We looked and waved back. Some people I knew were swimming out there to meet it. Why? Bodies moved across the shoreline and slipped into the water. They were slowly drawn further out to sea as though following some magnetic pull. There was a sound of howling. In a room above the waves, the management are getting ready to eat. There's a place for me. The food looks so enticing that I want to cry. The meat of the tongue is almost too pliant to cut through, but my knife is very sharp. I carve out a square and put it into my mouth. It's delicious, dripping with wet fat and juice. I chew and chew, but it never seems to diminish in my mouth. And when I wake up, my pillow is gone. My lips are chapped and sore. It's 3 a.m. I check my phone. I have a new message. Apparently, the office burned down last night and will be closed indefinitely. They don't know whether anybody was inside. As I had not completed my basic training, I would not be eligible for severance pay. Was that all? 19th person, that's the end. Yes, okay. They get progressively longer over the series. I'm glad we're able to at least complete one to get a feel for the vibes that it has. But that was a bizarre ending. So the place burnt down and that was the end. Next up is Hands of the Killer. Hands, this way. I say that later on BB would drop by. Is that so? I'd like to meet. Hang on a sec. Is this... At least the wallpaper looks the same as the call center that we were in. Oh look, it's Bart Simpson. If he were drawn in this aesthetic. Hands of the Killer. Okay, so they're keeping the sheet aesthetic, but now just dialing it up to full-on Ku Klux Klan. And then people with cookie shirts. Got it. Let's have a look. Hands of the Killer. I wake up one night to a horrible scream outside my window. It sounds like the killer is at it again. So the killer is no one. The moon is high, but I'm feeling restless. The apartment block's protective shutters have gone down for the night. Maybe a walk around is what I need. BB's report. Note on the strange masks. Recently, strange masks have begun appearing in the city. What's with these masks? Nobody wants to talk about them. In my opinion, BB, is that you? I think we're running low on merchandise for the online store. My sister ZZ is still hard at work. Her hours have become increasingly irregular since she started using the internet every day. She says it makes her smarter, but at what cost? If you're already awake, could you run for some supplies? Using forbidden knowledge, ZZ discovered we could pay the rent by putting mysterious items up for sale online. I'm in charge of inventory, which means my job is grabbing them beforehand. Well, interesting that we do sell a mask. It is a bought doll. I was not far off. But nobody seems to guard these things or pay attention when they're lost. Who's buying them? How do they have any value? Oh, I told you, that's just the economy. Nobody ever said it had to make sense. Just keep an eye out for any old beanie babies while you're out there. Will do. Wow, this must be the exciting new sense of direction in life that can only come via attaining a career. Aside from night noises, this part of the city has many amenities. The rooms here are cheap because of all the murders. Unfortunately, rent is due all the same. Another reason for the cheap rooms is the antiquated security system, far beneath today's superior anti-murderer technology. This elevator will be unusable till morning. The shutters are scored and pitted on both sides with knife marks, so hello. Oh. There we go, we're just gonna hang out here for a minute. She did want cuddles after all. Thankfully I can play this game mostly with one hand. Oh, no? Oh, I'm not good enough for you. Is that what's going on? Well, fine. You just want to sit in front of the screen because I'm paying attention to it. Alright, you go over there. Every week, someone leaves one of these flyers in the hall. I often wonder what it is about this town that leads to such a weird advertising sensibility. Grabber's Moving Company. We'll take you away. Yep. Casual abductions. Friendly reminder, owners not liable for what happens in the tunnels. Please do not go in the tunnels. A soft vibration runs through the floor of the laundry room. None of the other residents are around at this hour, but all the washers are in use, day and night. It's cleaning the blood out of all the clothes from the killers. Okay. What a weirdly shaped laundry. Through the window of the washer, I can see a kind of greyish, pulpy sludge, churned indefinitely by the big spinners. I guess someone wants it very clean. I've never been able to find out who pulled off the tunnel cover to start with, although the joke is that the owners thought it would be cheaper than building a fire escape. The air from inside is inviting and cool. Well, into the tunnel we go. The Forbidden Tunnel. Oh, first-person perspective, narrow, cramped walkways. Yeah, they knew what they were doing here. Oh, can't go that way. We'll go this way. Oof. I love looking at walls. Okay, I think that links up to where we were on the right, so we're going to go down this way. Towards the red light. I climb out into some kind of storeroom. Dead moths under my feet. The clothes here look to be around 20 years old, which is not enough, so I'll have to go deeper. Okay. We'll keep going. At this point, I feel I should explain something about the nature of the building. Please do. Like many cities, this one underwent many changes over the years. There was an industrial period, a retail period, a service period, etc., until gradually the things it manufactured became too abstract and indecipherable to easily be summarized in any way. I still hope to find out what they are myself someday. Anyway, with each change in the economy, the building was adapted to a new shape, new rooms added or closed off, each layer draped piecemeal over the last to form new spaces where opportunity might live. Speaking of which, ZZ says the sweet spot for nostalgia material is 30 to 40 years old, or old enough to smell like death. I think the internet is accelerating her tendencies towards the gothic. Personally, I've always been more about true crime. I display some spiders and rummage in the box. Result, 3 copies of Patch Adams on VHS, a jigsaw puzzle with a picture of a boat, miscellaneous plastic stuff. I don't feel like carrying any of it back. The search goes on. Oh look, it's a Bort doll. We needed that. When I pick up the Bort doll, a layer of greasy rubber skin comes off and sticks to my hands. Ugh. The bulbous eyes roll crazily around. No good to sell, but maybe it could be scavenged for parts? I make a mental note. Come back for this another time. Paintings aren't supposed to move like that. Just saying. This definitely feels like one of those games that is going to move the environment when I turn away from something. Yeah. Casual handprints means there's either children here or some people that wanted out. So far, tonight's pickings have been slim, so I keep moving and gradually find myself in a place I've never been before. The corridors are narrow, but still feel lived in somehow. The rooms get closer, the clutter more deliberate. Flyers for a local bingo night have been left in the hall. A potted plant that's still alive. Old but well-used office supplies that don't have too much dust. I hear soft whispering behind the walls. Subscribe to Graeldon. Become a member. Subscribe to Graeldon. This part feels like a waiting room, but there's no one else around. Fresh magazines have been left on the couches. Who are they expecting here exactly? Is your name Donald Duck? No. Ah, I've got it. In that case, you must be Mickey Mouse. Also no. Well, if your name's not Mickey Mouse, then you must be Donald Duck. Please don't waste my time with his insults to my intelligence. Anyway, go on inside. Help! Don't kidnap me! I'm not worth anything monetarily. What's this? Why, it's my first strangle victim doll, circa 1971, in surprisingly good condition. I did believe we'd used up the last of them some time before. I wonder where they found it. What? I'm not a doll. Really? You're dressed very similarly, though. Ah. Judging by what you did to the other dolls, that's not going to end well for me, and also just happened to say the same thing as everyone else. Concerning. Stupid coincidence. Oh, they were a wonderful toy. If you opened up the torso, they had little plastic innards. If you stood on their throats, their eyes would really bulge. And sometimes I think that's what first put me on the path of pure research, before administrative duties began to take up all my time. Well, in truth, it makes a little difference, as, like everybody in the college, I lost the ability to distinguish people from dolls some time ago. I wonder why I'm talking to a toy. Old age. Soon I'll ask a member of staff to come in and carve off the skin or the coating or what have you, and we can figure out what lies inside. The path of pure research is long. In the meantime, there are committee meetings. Goodbye. Wait, this is the college? College of what? Luckily, they seem to have a very abstract notion of how knots work, but I guess that's academia for you. I bet of a moose. I tried to keep track of how far I was being carried, but lost count around the 11th flight of stairs. From the window, the town has a postcard aspect, like the view from a penthouse. Yes, but how am I going to get out of here? That's probably the slightly more important thing to worry about. Has my fashion sense really been ripping off an obscure and horrible doll line for all these years? Is nothing new under the sun? They look too mutilated to be worth anything, so I guess the terrible secret dies with them. I hear a drilling noise and breaking glass, and everything smells like sawdust and wet paint. A feeling like a work in progress. Something tells me I should stay out of people's way. Ooh, axe. I would love to be able to take that with me. This character has no sense of self-preservation. Well, I think they're behind me, so I'm just going to keep moving. Goodbye. Is this a teacher's lounge? Anatomical diagrams crudely painted with astrology symbols are scattered around the desks and walls, along with ashtrays and moldy weeks-old coffee. I love weeks-old coffee. It's much better than months-old coffee. A horrible noise of splitting plastic, screaming and breaking can be heard coming from behind the door, which I resolve firmly to stay on this side of. Saw history in the body of a murdered convict, while Asaphael saw it in a decapitated king. Creating history is the duty of all murderers, and in the tools they hack with, we see the reflection of a new age that is to come. To perfect murder, we must create a new universe devoted exclusively towards that purpose. We must also consider the possibility that we live in it already. To imagine a new society is to call it into being. We must first prepare a list of bylaws. Yeah, of course, got to do things officially. My goodness, what's this? Having survived the workshops of necessity, I now find myself stranded in the new world of aesthetic. Such are the thoughts of the general public as they make their cautious entrance into history. The central ideas of an age must be nurtured after all. Paint and wood are nesting materials by which they attain the heat to thrive. Why waste time kicking down the doors? The House of Art has many windows. It's a murder testing machine. I feel like there's so much to explore here. So many little nuances and detail that are just there for the fun of it. Whoop! Staying away from you. I can't tell if you're behind me or not. Where are you? Oh, nope. I'm just gonna keep moving. Thank you. Nice to know you. Goodbye. Glad I can run faster than you. This is exceedingly abstract. The metaphors of chopping and carving embodied in sculpture are too trite to be of use. We find instead our purpose in an art of brilliant monuments. In our video lab, we can covertly influence the culture by filming our death fantasies and releasing them as commercial horror films. Our Bloody Night franchise has sold thousands of copies. Bloody Night? Aren't there those rubbish direct-to-video horror films that everybody watches to make fun of? Everybody, what now? Well, I hate to be the person that breaks it to you, but... Aha! A calm study nestles in the middle of the horrible murderer compound. Respectable leather-bound tomes line the walls. An aura of propriety seems to muffle all sound. I think my nose is bleeding. Yeah, calm study? At least it's calmer than the previous room we were in. But the previous room did a great job of imparting a sense of urgency and danger, even though there wasn't really that much of one. Oh! Haha, I wonder, is it sentimental I held onto all the aspects of my old career, but I always wanted to live inside it too. Talking doll, you've been wandering around the pieces of the world that was. Wouldn't you like a visit to the world that is to come? The interest of homicide has always been symbolic. Real death has no consequence and in fact is rather kitsch. What matters is the new world we can glimpse in this idea. What is the utopia of murder? Well, I'm just going to keep moving if you don't mind. I appreciate the guided tour of whatever this nonsense is, but I would like no part of it. Thank you very much. I am not one for history. The sun and the moon, knives, ropes, buildings, clouds, still streets and dark blue fields, a trembling and horrible suspense that envelops all things, changing them completely while leaving them unchanged. The new world will need laws and art. We can teach them to be the hand that guides the knife, the hands of the killer. Did you know I saw him once? It was a night like this. I knew my life would have to change. It's hard to navigate and read at the same time. The most beautiful feeling I know is being able to see history unfolding, seeing yourself at the crest of that wave. A new world emerges from the coffin of the old. I have seen the world spirit splitting open ahead. Where are you? My eyesight's quite bad these days. I haven't moved like this for quite a while. None of us tend to leave campus these days. You know how it is. As you think and think, the thickets grow denser. I can still hear the flat droning voice behind me, but these corridors seem quieter, more familiar. I could swear I once found a lost cache of troll dolls inside one of these rooms. Man, if the goal is to make you feel lost and discombobulated, absolutely they've done it. And yes, that was a title drop. We haven't marked that off, so please go ahead and tick that one off. There's a lever on this, so it's probably the thing that opens the door. I'm getting sick and tired of being chased by murderers all night, and I am not going to look into this any further. Boop. I have made a mistake. Who goes there? Ah, it's you! My goodness, the years have hardly altered you at all. Stabby stabby time. Mr. Killer, I know you get this a lot, but I'm a huge fan of your work. I would truly like to see it get the critical attention it deserves. Have you ever considered co-authoring a paper? Yes, and I will sign it with blood. I'm going this way. No, I'm not. That's a wall. Never mind. I'm going this way. Oh, looks like a vulture. Okay, it's time to go. We're crawling through the vents. I don't think I want to stop and look at things. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Nothing to see here. Oh. Are you going to meet me at the end of wherever this goes? That's so kind of you to offer, but I really don't need your assistance. It's fine, honestly. Oh. BB's report. Epilogue. After finding my way inside the vent, I was able to get back to the apartment without any further incident. Although, all night long, strange noises echoed through the pipes. The next morning, we totaled up the day's haul. Result, assorted pogs, and a pamphlet that must have been placed in my pocket somehow. I thought the pamphlet might have been worth something, but Zizi says there are copies lying around inside the bus station for free. A frightening world's an interesting world to be in. Wide variety of classes. Night school. Well, that was definitely something. Holy cow. Okay, glad we stuck that one out to the end, because these feel like you need to experience them all at once to really get it. Whew. I think this game is for, unfortunately, a very niche audience. It is, as Gray said, extremely surreal. It got that kind of, it's not wacky humor, it's absurdist humor, tied in with just a general sense of unease where everything's presented in quite a clear way, but it's just off enough to make you feel uncomfortable. You don't quite know what direction things are going to go in. And it's a world in which all of the characters seem to have accepted this level of unusualness, this level of danger that just comes from being a part of this society. And it makes it very intriguing to learn about and to be a part of. Yeah, I think it's the kind of game that's going to be very off-putting to a lot of people, simply because of the art style or aesthetic. But I think when you embrace that and allow yourself to get immersed in it, there's some very interesting storytelling that's at work here. It's not a story to learn from, it's a story to experience. And I find that fascinating. Alright, let's wrap things up here. We're gonna exit out of like multiple layers of loaders and then walk ourselves out of the game, literally to the trash. Holy cow, that's an experience. Anthology of the Killer. Oh god, okay. I see what kind of game this is. It's the game where all the male characters wear as much armor as possible, and all the female characters wear as little armor as possible, but somehow have just as much defense.